right, back at it.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. That was really hello, it's Lucy.
In Asia.
Back at it with another episode of the podcast.
Yours truly.
Thank you for joining us today to talk about these very serious issues.
Very serious things.
Not really. We're just girls.
Literally, we're just girls.
We're just girls trying to talk.
Talking about nonsense.
Yeah. Today is Amazon Prime Day when we're recording this.
God, I know.
And Asia's informed me she's bought things, so let's hear it.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I went on a little rapid fire, and it's like complete nonsense stuff. I don't even know why I bought it, to be honest. We started with a phone case. Classic.
What color?
You know, I couldn't even tell you. I think green.
Okay.
I don't remember. Then I went and bought this. Have you ever seen those, like, I've been getting migraines, which might be concerning. The cap thing. Oh. So my sister-in-law has one. It's like thick, kind of this material, and you put it in the freezer, and then you put it on, it goes over your eyes.
How much was it, if you don't mind me asking?
It was like $20. I know it was a little bit more than I thought, but I did try it at her house, and I was like, I really like this. And there's been a couple times when I've been having the migraine, I'm like, that would be really nice.
Okay.
Because I don't really keep like ice at my house. I do really want an ice maker, but they are a little bit out of my budget.
I heard Nespresso machines had a deal today.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, I have like the Keurig thing, and I don't use it.
You don't use it at all.
So, and then I bought, I don't know why, I bought this like skin therapy laser wand.
Whoa. What does it do?
It's like supposed to oxygenate like your skin to help with like blood flow, new cells, supposed to help with if you have any blemishes, it's supposed to like zap them. I don't know.
Fair.
We'll see. Also, you can use it on like your hair for like cell production on your scalp. I'm like, seems like a pretty good deal, but is it like the placebo effect where I'm just like, I'm really doing stuff for my skin? I don't know. That's fair. But we'll see. And then this was not an Amazon Prime deal, but the Instagram ads I'm a sucker for.
Okay.
You know those like t-shirts where they're kind of like 90s looking, and they have like either a person with like a bunch of like heads.
Yes, I have a lot.
I know, I don't have any.
Oh.
I bought one and I customized it with my dog. So
fun.
I like spent an hour like picking all the pictures, and like it's gonna say his name. I think it's gonna be so cute.
I bet it will be really cute.
And so I don't have any like of his paraphernalia, so I'm like excited about it.
That's amazing.
It was so like nonsense, but I was just having a heyday today on my phone. I'm like, ooh,
fun. I almost bought I think it's Laneige.
I think I've heard
lip balm.
Oh,
because I've been seeing it everywhere, and everybody raves about it, and it's only like $12.
Oh.
But I'm trying really hard to not purchase anything.
That's really good on you.
Thank you. I also almost bought the dry shampoo that was on a Prime Day deal. It was like a really good brand. Don't remember the brand, so obviously.
My favorite brand of dry shampoo, and I stand by it, I'm so impressed with it, is the Living Proof dry shampoo.
I've never heard of that.
It is a bit pricey, but it is so good. And also, speaking of lip balm, I did also, why am I buying all this stuff this week?
I don't know why you bought more lip balm. I feel like you have a lot of lip balm.
I have so many, but I stand by my favorite one that I've found, and I've tried a lot of them. I'm not a huge fan of her, but the Rhode skincare line, like her peptide lip treatment, Hailey Bieber, if you don't. She has a skincare line and has like this. The skincare line's okay. Like I'm not gonna like go and refill those products, but the peptide lip treatment, it started with just like a gloss. It's the best. It's the best product I've found to date. They finally came out with tinted versions.
Okay.
So there's 4. Did I buy all 4? I did.
Whoa.
Because I was like, if I'm going to buy one, I want to try them all.
Do you have one that you don't like?
Well, one's like pretty dark.
Yeah.
But the thing about them is they're not super pigmented, so like you can.
Okay.
So like I feel like I could still wear it.
That's good.
So.
It's kind of what makes me nervous about lip tints.
Yeah.
I'm not really bold with lipstick.
It's not like a stain. It's like an actual lip gloss and just has a little bit of a tint.
What's the difference between
a stain is something you'll put on and you like leave on and then you rub off and it's supposed to like stain.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's like really liquidy usually.
I'm very not knowledgeable with makeup products or skincare.
Yeah, makeup is whatever. I have like my few products that like I stand by, and then I don't. I'm like, we're gonna stick with those.
That makes sense.
But
I will swear by Glossier's liquid blush now.
Oh yeah, the Benetint that also is a stain. The one that I got this summer. It's like really liquidy. Oh. You can use it on your lips or your cheeks.
But that's not Glossier.
No,
it's Benefit.
Benefit. Yeah, but I think I like that better than the Glossier.
I don't buy lip stuff, so.
Yeah, but it's also a blush.
Oh.
Like I
thought you meant mine.
No.
I was like, I could put that on my lips?
No. No, I'm just saying I think I found one I like better.
Gotcha.
But I am a Glossier girl.
Yes.
I love them.
Nice. Well, it seems like a successful day for you.
Successful in I don't know what standards.
In regards of buying things that bring you joy, I feel like it was a successful day.
It's like I'll go so long without buying anything. I'm like, I'm doing so good, and then one day I just crumble.
The only thing I bought was so I had to get new tires this weekend. That sucked. That ruined a lot of my weekend. I think
is rough.
I think I cried a lot this weekend, and I was like, oh, why am I crying so much? And I do think it all came back to the tires.
The tires. You know, I
think at the end of the day, it was the tires.
One of the most depressing places to be is inside a discount tire.
Yeah.
Everyone's depressed.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I have to spend how much?
I think my favorite bit is he was like, yeah, you need new tires. And I was like, well, okay, let's get new tires. And he like rung it up.
Yeah.
And he's like, so how does that look? And I'm like, bad.
Looks bad.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah.
He's like, do you think you could do that? And I'm like, no, I can't. But obviously I have to.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let's charge it on the credit card. He's like, how will you be paying cash? And I said, do you think me
just
looking at me,
girl,
I have $450 of cash? No, I don't. So I did only buy 2 tires.
Yeah. Because
I am way too poor to buy all 4 at the same time. So
tires are one of those things that when it hits you,
it hits
everybody.
Large,
like it's a low blow for everybody.
Such a large payment. Yeah. I think it's like universally.
I know. I'm telling you,
despise.
Anytime you're
tires.
in there, you just feel it's like so thick.
Yeah, this
like
one guy started yelling.
Everyone's so just like.
I got so nervous.
Yeah, I feel bad for those.
He was like, "You're not gonna give me the tire for free," and I was like, "No, why would they?" But I didn't say anything.
That's a rough
scary.
purchase.
Yeah, but I also shopped in Asia's Closet this weekend. So
yeah.
Love that. Love me a good couple times a year when Asia goes through all of her stuff and then lets me take it all.
I've been trying to get a lot better about it, and
such a win for me.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of nice clothes for work.
Yeah, I'm like getting rid of stuff that like, cause okay, when
you wore last year,
I wore like pretty recently, like somewhat recently, cause for a long time I was broke college girl, hung on to everything because I was like, I spent my money on this $5 clearance H&M shirt.
Fair enough.
And now I'm like, so I had a hard time getting rid of stuff because I was like, what if I'm gonna wear it? But now I'm getting better at like getting rid of even stuff that's nice, but if I'm not wearing it, I gotta get it out.
Gotta get it out of the rotation.
Yeah. And it goes to a good home.
Let's keep it going. Got a nice little blazer.
Yeah.
Loved it. I wore it to work today.
Did you?
I did.
Makes me so happy because it was just sitting in my closet. So.
No, it's already gotten a use for me.
I love it. Did you get compliments?
I did.
Good.
Yeah. It's a great time. Today, though, we are going to talk more about...
Expand.
We are... I was telling Asia this weekend, I feel guilty because she's very vulnerable on this show and I'm not. I don't like doing it. And so I was like, no, this week I'll be a little bit more open and honest with the people. But if you see me in person, you're not allowed to talk
Don't bring it up.
Don't bring it up.
If you see me in person, this didn't happen.
Just kidding. You can totally talk to me about it.
We're so approachable.
Please. I want to be approachable.
Come up to me.
I want to be approachable. People keep saying they're scared of us. I don't know
I've gotten that my whole life, and I'm like, I just keep...
They're intimidated by you.
My analogy is, if you knew how scared I am of you... It'd be game over. Like it's like the animal thing. Like they're more scared of you than I. Whatever that saying is, that is me. I am scared.
They can sense fear.
Well, then
what is it?
It's like they're more scared of you than you're scared of them.
Oh, I think that's like with bears.
Yeah.
Like wild animals. I don't think dogs. Sorry.
Some dogs can sense fear.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking.
No, but like if you see a wild animal and
you're
like
supposed
in the forest,
they're more scared of you.
They're more scared of you than you are of them.
Okay,
I think that is true for me. I am scared of you.
Yeah, I don't think I am, but I guess I'm just intimidating. So
you're just such a charismatic person. I think people maybe are like, oh my,
she's crazy. She's just so loud.
But you are so fun.
You just hear me from across the room and you're like, ha.
Yeah.
How do I go say hi? Anyway, I'll try to be more vulnerable in this episode. So
we love that.
Thanks if you see me doing awkward little hand gestures. That's probably why. So we are talking about Flirty Girl Fall today because Asia kind of shared last week, a couple weeks ago, that she's in a season of like solely focusing on herself.
Yeah.
Whereas
post hot girl summer.
Yes.
I had a bit of a hot girl summer. Dated a bit.
I had
didn't love it. And now we're coming back.
Yeah. Now you're in your sad girl autumn.
Trying not to be sad though.
But like sitting in like the coolness of sad girl autumn.
Preparing, healing.
Like the vibes of
getting ready.
Yeah, that's it. I think I had like a depression summer.
Sounds awful.
Was just not doing well at all. And I don't know, it's probably mental health issues and such. And I think here it's so hot in the summer, you don't get to enjoy summer.
It like
it's
hikes
just
up
like,
the irritability. So you're
it does.
irritated and angry.
I'm tired. The heat makes me just exhausted. Yeah. And then at least like work wise, it's like slower too. So I feel like I have more time where I was just like probably scrolling a lot more than one needs to and watching. I also have realized this last week, I've always known this, but I think that I can change and I can't. Whatever I watch really affects
that's so true
the state of mind and like who I am in the moment. So I started watching the new Kardashians reboot on Hulu this week.
Yeah.
And man, I was being so rude to like my roommate.
You're like personifying them. I literally like you're becoming
like,
them.
I was just like being so short and like snippy. And I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. And I was like, I genuinely think I feel like I take on their problems. For what reason? I was like amped up. So mad at Tristan Thompson last week for betraying Chloe yet again. And I'm like, Lucy, you don't know them. They don't care about you.
Yeah.
Why do you care? Why are you letting it affect your mood so much? And so I think all that to say, I had a bad summer and now we're moving into fall. And I think this year I've finally come to terms with a lot of my inner self. Like I think for the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been working a lot on me because I graduated from college and kind of post-grad, you're in this awkward in-between of just like confusion. And so started to really figure out what I wanted and like what my dreams, aspirations, goals, et cetera, is. Yeah. And so I realized this like last month, it's okay to express my dreams, even though I think in the past I've always been like, it's so cringe. And it's not cringe.
No.
It's not cringy to have dreams and aspirations and desires. And I don't know why it took me until this month for me to finally be like, okay, yeah, maybe I do want to date and like have a boyfriend.
You're like, yeah, okay, everyone's
like,
right. You're right.
All right. Everyone's like, oh, Lucy, like, who are you dating? And I'd always be like, oh, I just am like so happy vibing by myself.
Yeah.
I think I like to play it really cool, girl.
Yeah.
Even though I was always like, I mean, like, it'd be great.
Well, also, I think piggybacking off of that, when someone asks you, like, oh, are you dating anyone? Or kind of like hinting at why are you single? You almost feel like a sense of like shame to say like, oh, like I want that, but I don't have it. Like it feels like embarrassing almost. Yeah. So it's easier to be like, oh, like I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't even want that. I don't even want that right now because it's like a deflection. Like maybe I am embarrassed about it, or like maybe I do want that, but I don't want other people to know, so that it's not like I don't want your pity, or like I don't want you to feel bad for me.
Yeah. And I think in the process of like me saying, oh, I'm just like so happy by myself, I've really put that energy out there as
like
well.
You really are okay
so like
by yourself.
I think I've gotten so comfortable with it because I do love like being alone and just like doing my own thing. And I also hang out with a lot of like friends, and so it's not like
social girl.
I'm very lonely, I guess I would say. And so I am very social. But I've been so comfortable in that now I think I've almost forgotten maybe A, B, confused and or just like don't know how to get back out there. So I'm in my flirty girl fall era where I'm just starting to flirt it up.
Yeah, I love that.
To push myself to be uncomfortable because I literally have not done it in like years. Yeah. And so now I'm just uncomfortable all the time.
Oh no.
Like,
oh
this
no.
is so weird. And so I would go on the apps, but the apps are like awful.
It's not great.
No. And so I did Hinge for like a second.
Yeah.
And then like I think it's a scam with Hinge because if I saw you on Hinge, no, I didn't. But I feel like
please never talk to me.
Yeah, don't
I'm terrified. I'm literally terrified of seeing somebody I know.
Don't quote me on this. I just feel like I get no one in my profile, like nobody. And then Hinge is like, well, if you pay, we'll show you better matches.
It's a scam.
And I'm like, why am I paying you?
I'm not paying for this.
I'm not paying for this. Just try to make me find love.
And here's the thing, because
I've had so selfish of that.
I've had Hinge for a while, off and on. Like I haven't been on in a while, but my thing is, I think it breaks your spirit down so much that you're like, maybe I should pay. I think they're banking on that, and that's kind of messed up.
It is pretty messed up. And I don't want to do Tinder because that's a lot of hookup culture, and I'm not really about that. Personally, that is the most frightening. If I have not spoken to a dude in years, the whole hookup culture is really...
Seems like you're jumping right into the deep end.
So scary. Yeah. That feels like shark-infested waters anyway. So I would never really be interested in that. So I've heard Bumble's the way to go. But I also know that's all girl initiative.
Yeah, you have to be ready to initiate, which is my biggest fear.
Yeah, you don't like doing that side.
I never, like, I had it for a second years ago. And I was like, I don't think I like this because I have to send the first message.
Yeah.
And...
For those of you who don't know, because you haven't been privileged enough to do the apps, the girls have to message first on Bumble.
Yeah. Like you'll match with someone and then you have like a certain amount of time to say something first.
But guys are not allowed to message you first.
Yeah.
Like you have to do all the initiative. So I think I would maybe be fine at that.
You should try it
because I'm a bit bold, but also I hate small talk, and I know that's the whole bit of like getting to know people. I just despise doing it. I feel like I love really weird icebreakers. Yeah. So I just like hate
Bumble's
talking about...
perfect for you then.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll try it.
The thing about Bumble though, which I also don't like, is like you have to actively swipe to match. Like on Hinge, somebody can like your profile and you can just like look and be like, nah, yay or nay. Bumble,
mutually you
have to mutually swipe. So it's just, you know.
Maybe I'll try it. Maybe that'll be my Tuesday evening activity.
Tonight?
tonight.
The other thing I will say with the dating apps, which I think doesn't apply to everybody, I think it applies to us because it's just, I think the dating apps dating in 2023 is so casual.
It's so
casual and
it scares me.
Everyone has different dating goals. I get it. If you're into the casual, you're doing the casual thing, it's great for you. Yeah. You can meet people in a second.
Yeah.
But if you're not into casual, it makes it really tough.
Yeah.
To figure, like, I feel like in my, like, hot girl summer phase, like, I was like, I'm going to take a swing at casual. Meaning, I think I talked to at max at a time 2 people. So it wasn't even, like, anything crazy. But I struggled with, like, the being so casual and, like, being super cool, chill girl. Like, oh, what are we doing? I'm not even going to ask. Like, we're just going to keep talking every day for 2 months. And then, like, I don't know. What is this? And then it was so, like, I had so much anxiety talking to multiple people and, like, hanging out with one person. And then, like, I had so much anxiety about it. And I just was like, I don't think this is for you, girl. I don't think you are a casual dater. And so it makes it tough. It just makes it tough for, like, what type of dater you are. And if you do lean on, like, the side of, like, maybe it's tough to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's just naturally how I am.
Yeah. You are very naturally that way. I think, though, we're both similar in the way that, because me and Asia took a quiz. We did a quiz.
Cats out of the bag.
To see what kind of daters
we took a dating quiz.
And we both got cautious daters because we're both, like, very, I would say, passionate about people, and, like, we back the people we want to back 100%. And then just, like, I'm very cautious and, like, wary of who I let into my inner circle regardless. So I think especially in a romantic relationship, it's even more so. And I also think if I'm, like, dating, I'm dating to date.
Yeah.
And I'm not dating for us to become friends later.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to small talk with you.
I'm not talking to you
to then hang out and just be friends.
Every couple months, we're just going to, like, be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't need any more friends. Not in, like, a mean way where I'm going to be like, no, I'm not allowed to have any more friends. But I think that's the weirdest part about current dating culture is you, like, start talking to people on dating apps and then it, like, fizzles, but then, like, you guys still kind of maintain, like, some sort of weird friendship. Yeah, you stay you hang out, like, every once in a while.
You, like, stay kind of connected on Instagram or whatever, and it's just, like, it's, like, a weird limbo.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't need to be friends with you.
Yeah, it's weird.
If it's a failed bit, let's not. Like, we don't need to. So I think just dating in this current state of dating, like, modern dating, is just super weird. I've never really wanted to deal with it because I've been, like, one of the classic girls where I'm like, it'll find me when it finds me.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's always necessarily true. And so
I think what I've learned kind of going through my last, like, year or whatever, I think the app date, I think it's not something to be ashamed or embarrassed about. Like, if you want to do it, do it.
Not at all.
I think if you are like me and lean on that side of dating, you need to go into it knowing, who you are. Identity is probably the most important thing. Knowing who you are, knowing what you're looking for, what you want, and not being afraid to, like, not voice that, like, so abrasively, but, like, not, I think I was too wishy-washy. I was like, yeah, I'm, like, looking for, like, something more serious, but, like, I'm so cool and chill. Like, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kind of backslide or compromise things that are important to me. So if you go into it knowing who you are, knowing what your boundaries are, then I think you'll maybe get less matches or connect less, but they'll be quality.
Better matches.
More quality. So it's like the quality over quantity thing. So.
I think that's all very sound advice.
Yeah.
That I could take on for myself.
Yeah.
I think the knowing who you are is probably the most important bit.
Because if you don't know who you are,
I don't know what I'm looking for.
You will seek someone to tell you. And that never works out because It just no one has the power to tell you who you are, you know. But I think a lot of times girls do that in finding a partner.
100%.
I do it. I've done it.
Yeah.
Like you're seeking that validation. You want someone to kind of essentially validate who you are.
Yeah.
And giving them that power, it just doesn't sit with me right.
No, it doesn't. And I think, as long as if you know there's stuff that you can't compromise on while also looking, I think a lot of my friends have stuff that they're pretty non-compromise.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Like they won't compromise?
Yeah.
There's probably
I think there's a word for it, but whatever. They won't compromise for it. And then I've also seen other friends of mine who really don't have any kind of hard rules, and you do kind of see them cycle either through relationships, and then through each of those relationships they change who they are, and then towards, I think, once the relationship's over, they're like, oh man, I just feel like that was so bad for me. And so that's where I think the identity comes in even stronger, because I think personally the last thing I want is to date a man and then
period. Just kidding.
The last thing I want is to date a man and like completely change who I am. And then all my friends come and are like, what's going on? Like, what
that's
is
why
this?
I think it's also important to have people that you trust around you to like give insight, because one of the shadows of like kind of, I guess, putting all your eggs in one basket or focusing on one person is sometimes those blinders can come on. So having like, I really relied on like Lucy and my family, my mom, my dad, to like be like, hey, what am I not seeing? And they would tell me. And would I listen?
I'm an honest friend.
Would I listen all the time? No. But eventually, like, I got there and I was like, I see that. And I had to maybe learn the hard way. But it is important not to like, not to tell everybody kind of the ins and outs, but to have like people you trust. To be like, hey, help me. What are you seeing in this? How am I acting? Am I different? Do you see like positive or fruits from this or not? Yeah.
I think too, with the people that you kind of inform, they'll do a good job at pushing you outside of your comfort limits too. Because there are some things that are on my list that I would love in a partner, and like good music taste. Is that a deal breaker? No, I would say it's not.
But it's a preference.
It is a preference, but there's stuff like that where I think what normally maybe I would immediately say no to talk to other people, and they can be like, Lucy, that's not that big of a deal. Like, get over it and just do it. That's true.
My mom, oh my God, I always hear her in my head. She's like, Asian, he's so nice. He's nice, Asian. I'm like, Mom, you're right. But yeah, that is true. Sometimes you can like harp on the small things. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm not interested because of this, this, and this. Yeah. And then people are like, eh.
And at the end of the day, a lot of those things, if they are changeable,
or as you grow together,
not like you need to change them. Like but as you grow together, things will
interests change. Will maybe mesh, or you can learn a new interest. They can learn a new interest.
But if it's like a core value, then I would say.
I think though, on the flip side, there are things to stick to, which I have thrown out the window before. So it's just like finding that middle, like being okay. I always say the Indian matchmaking show. It's good.
I get to watch it.
It's good. It's good. It's a very weird process, but it's so interesting to watch. And she always tells the people, she brings them potential matches, and she's like, we got to get to 60%. 60% on your like yes list. You're not gonna get 90%. Dear God, you're not gonna get 100%. So like, let's get 60%. And I think that's like a somewhat good thing to kind of like look for, keep in your mind. That like, A, no one's gonna be perfect or is perfect. So figure out the things that are deal breakers, that are not deal breakers, and like be flexible with that.
I think that's a really good. I feel like then I really need to make a list.
Our therapist, we have the same. She told me had like a tough session with her, like after some things happened. She's like, I think you need to make a list of green flags, red flags, things you're not going to compromise, and things that are preferences but maybe are Like,
I should do that.
You should do that.
Maybe I'll tell her this week. I'd be like, hey, what do you think about this idea of me doing this?
You're like, this is crazy.
Somebody
look what I
told
did.
me.
She's like, oh. Yeah.
She's like, I've assigned this to people before.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
So.
No.
Yeah, that was really helpful. So I think I have, in this season, I have to develop a little bit more of a backbone.
Yes.
And
I
that's
agree
part
with
of it.
that.
That's part of it. So that would be my advice moving as you going into.
I think this season I need to be softer and more approachable. But like not like just like more outward, I guess, with talking to people.
Yeah. Which you are very good at talking
I know.
to people.
I don't know. I feel like I just keep my head down sometimes and I'm like, do my own work, do everything like blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then I just like put blinders on because I'm so narrow focused with just like what I'm doing in my day to day.
Yeah.
That honestly, sometimes even if a dude is interested in me, I have no idea because I'm just doing my own thing and I'm not even like paying attention to that. It is hard.
I feel like
radar.
Some people can like, I feel like I'm good at seeing it with others, but with myself, I misread every time.
I think I am really delusional.
Oh, yes.
And I think that's what's honestly deterred me from dating in the last few years because I overread stuff and I think people maybe are interested and then I like do realize they're not. And then I just feel so silly.
It's pretty devastating.
It is. Rejection, I don't deal really well with just because it hurts my little feelings. And I'm a really sensitive person. Even if I'm unapproachable, I'm very sensitive. And so I think that's what set me apart or set me off towards all of that for the last couple of years is just through previous hurt and then wanting to play the cool girl of just being like, I don't want it anyway. So I'm going to be the fun aunt forever. And I'm going to be like traveling abroad and I'm going to be so mysterious. And then I was like, Lucy, you can admit that you do want a boyfriend. That's fine. Yeah. And so I'll give it voice. I'll let it happen.
I love that. I think it's, for me, I relate in like not admitting that you want it, but for me, it's like because I'm like, I don't want to be disappointed. Yeah. And so, but I think it's okay to like put that out there, say that you want this, I want this, I desire this, but it doesn't have to be your identity. It doesn't have to be like all your entire being.
It cannot eat me up. Like I just don't want to be boy crazy.
Yes.
That's a lot usually.
One of my biggest fears is to be like that, and everyone know. But then also one of my biggest fears is to be like the negative single girl. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to be that. I think
I've really been pessimistic for the last I think I've just been very cynical. And I feel as though this season my edges are like softening. And so
I love that.
I'm trying to lean into that more.
Yeah.
And it feels a bit like an old me is resurfacing because of it. So all that to say, my flirty girl fall is just me taking the blinders down. Will I be that active with my flirty girl fall? Probably. I don't know.
Dipping your toes.
We'll let her do her own thing. That's a different me. I don't know her.
It's none of my business.
That's like a
what
version
she does
outside of myself.
It's none of my business.
What she does is none of my business. I can't keep tabs on her. She's doing her thing right now.
She is crazy.
There's about 5 different me's going on at all time. This one I've just let out of the cage, I guess. That's been locked up for the last few years.
I think it's fun. Part of it is fun. Part of it is nerve-wracking. Part of it is not fun. Yeah. But,
it just be like that.
It just be like
it just be like that, though.
It just be like that. I think.
It's also my motto for this season. Just be like that, though.
Sometimes I say that in like an environment where just people aren't getting it. Like I said it at work the other day, and I was just like, I don't just think I should have said that.
I say it at work quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, just be like that. I don't know. I'm like, I get it. It is what it is. They're both pretty interchangeable.
Yeah.
Sometimes if sometimes at work, I'll just say, that wasn't very cash money of you. They don't usually get that either. They do not think that is very funny.
They're probably like, what? What does that mean?
It's usually if they like cancel or call out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that wasn't very cash money of you.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of dating, though, I think we are later in the month going to do like an episode of
yes.
like funny dates, bad dates, bad Hinge, Bumble, Tinder experiences. I have a few I could share. So write those in.
Yeah.
Email it, DM us or whatever. I think it's always nice to laugh with each other.
Yes.
About like a bad date experience or something. It makes you feel a little bit better, a little less alone, and a little less cringe about it.
Absolutely. We will share it on our Instagram story and probably do a post maybe even about it. And so then you can just send us a quick little summary of that experience.
Everyone has a bad date, okay?
Let's
laugh about it
as well.
Let's laugh about it instead of bury it.
Yeah. They're funny to joke about now. Yeah. At the time maybe it wasn't funny, but now we could all use the laughs. So
yeah.
Perfect. Well, that has been this episode. I opened up, so I've checked my box for the month.
Everyone,
you will not hear anything personal about me for the next
bring it
month.
up to Lucy when you see her in person.
I'll talk about pop culture next week, like our normal
ask her how her dating life is going.
And so, that's so crazy. Maybe I'll have a new first date story. Oh my God,
a live retelling.
That'd be crazy. Anyway, this has been yours truly. Like and subscribe to our channel. Yes. Or write us a fun little review, please. And send us your worst first dates vibes, and then start thinking about holiday family fiascos. Because we want to share those stories as well.
Yeah.
But cool. Thanks, guys.
Love ya.
Love
Bye.
you all.